What's up, everybody? So, I got an alpha invite to Battle for Azeroth. I'm been playing a little bit and doing the island expeditions. So I recorded one earlier today and figured I would go over and kind of explain what the deal is. Let you guys kind of watch and I'll comment on what I see or what we did rather. I am playing a horde hunter, a troll. Please don't judge me. I do not play a hunter on live. It might be hilariously bad. But hunters seem to be really powerful in the alpha right now. I was playing a warrior, which is what I main a lot in live, and it felt okay, but when it came to the island stuff, it felt incredibly weak. So you start on the boat, as you saw. If you look at the top right, or I'm sorry, the top middle, you got the Horde and Alliance symbols, and that keeps track of how much Azerite each side has. It is a three-person group, and they keep throwing around the word group agnostic, which means you don't. It doesn't matter if you're a healer, tank, DPS. Combo doesn't matter. You can do it, which I do like. Although, if you had like a group of healers, you're going to be in a lot of trouble compared to the enemy team, because it definitely feels a little bit more balanced. The few that I've done. Granted, I've only done about 4 of these so far. As you can see here, there are rare mobs, which is nice. Like if you look under where the buffs are, it says 223, and that's how much Azerite it gives you for downing it. So rare mobs and elites do drop more, and that aspect I really enjoyed. Like it felt like a rare was really worth it. And so you can see in the middle we jumped up above the Alliance team just then. I do have a buff, as you can see, and I mouse over it later on. Right now I cannot remember what it does. And then underneath that, in the debuff category, there's a counter with the Azerite symbol that is how much you're worth when you're killed. And it caps out right now, it seems about 250 Azerite. So if you're just like farming the other team, you're out of luck because, they're not going to be worth as much right after they respawn. So it's kind of you're tricky. You want to keep them alive and then kill them later on, but you're also risking them killing you. And speaking of that AI team, the few times I've fought them, they're pretty tough. Definitely an interesting combination. However, they seem to be the same group every time. I've only done them on the Horde side so far. I will be live streaming an Alliance attempt later. But yeah, the Horde side seems to be, or the Alliance team, I'm sorry, seems to be the same for whatever reason. But the group we had here, me as a hunter, we had a Death Knight and a Warlock. It seemed to go pretty well. Although the Alliance team did stay ahead of us for the majority of it. I almost thought we were going to lose at the end, but we kind of clutched in. Some unique abilities there. That pirate is shooting coins, which is kind of exciting. Or different, maybe not exciting. And just the island aesthetic is neat. I was doing some touring of the zones on Twitch, and some of it, the fact that you're on an island, it's neat because it's like a WoW vibe, but it's also like, this is like a real island, yay! Because you go from the bombastic insanity of Legion zones to real. And there you saw there was a Hosen that was entangled, but I didn't see a way to cure him of that or cleanse him. There was nothing to click on or anything, even though he was lit up. So then you have things like this little, huts, almost like a small little village of Quillbore. The islands are pretty unique in that aspect. Very lived on feeling. Like there's ruins and huts and stuff. And as you can see, the Alliance team is almost doubling us right now. No, they were. That elite mob kind of popped us up a little bit, but they still have a significant lead. You do win when you get to 6,000 Azerite. Excuse me. I don't know if that is constant for every island. If that changes with the PvP setting, I'm not sure. I've only done the single queue against AI. There is a group queue option, which is nice. And I imagine if you are pretty geared out and you had a good group composition, this would be very fast and fun. But there didn't seem to be any path to victory, I guess is the word I would use. There was no set in stone, way to do it. We kind of just adopted the kill everything. As you can see, the mini map is greened out. I guess that is not in yet, although some of it does seem to be. And I opened the map at some point while playing, and the traditional map style is not implemented in the alpha yet. It's very much like the mini map data, like that more realistic look, which is kind of neat to see, but I prefer the drawn map feel. And I believe here in a moment we will be facing the Alliance team, because this team didn't talk at all. I think I was the only person to say something when I pointed out we needed to kill the Alliance team because they were stomping us in score, like right now. They do show up on the minimap. Each one of them has an Alliance logo on the map, so they're really easy to spot. But they are AI. Let's see, they should show up. Yeah, there's the map. They should show up here in a moment, because we did fight them on the beach here. I think this is where I started mentioning that we needed to fight them, because, yeah, they've already doubled. Yeah, here we go. And I was saying that because, if you look at the debuffs, we're each worth 250 Azeroth now. So I figured if we killed them, then, that's a nice little chunk. But and see on the mini-map, there they are, showing up there. But I think it kind of backfires, at least initially, because they kick our ass. So there, he's I would have said a warrior, because he charges, and he stunned me. But he also has Holy Light later on, which is so strange. And see, they just annihilated our team. Death Knight's down, Warlock's down, and, I feigned death, but it doesn't save me for long. Yeah, Quillbore got me. So that backfired, and they ended up getting, that Azeroth. And there's a map again. So the Azeroth does show up, like the big chunks of it show up on the map proper. And then if you look at the mini-map, the smaller, parts that you can mine and other locate, there's some things you can click on to get it. That shows up as well when you're in proximity. So, the piece there we're looking at, I think, is the rare. So that's worth some. And here I encountered just a stealth tiger. Ended up running around for a moment, so please forgive my foolishness. I ended up trapping and then breaking like an idiot. Forgetting Cobra Strike is 2 targets. Oops. But the Warlock starts helping me, which speeds things up. Then I think we engaged those spiders we were just looking at. But as you see, the Alliance team's here again. But I think this time around, I can't remember if we engaged them or not. Let's find out. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't know if the AI follows your typical class balance, or classes in general or not. Because, Holy Light. But, see, he's charging me as well. So unless Paladins get a charge, then he is something unique. And we didn't know that for the first encounter, but I don't think he healed at all. There's a few times later on that I think he's popping out heals unhindered because the enemy's kind of bouncing up in health a lot. And I will say, Barrage as a hunter, oh my gosh, it is powerful in the alpha right now. It might be overtuned. But, so yeah, that rare must be showing up there as the Azeroth, as I was saying a moment ago. The first time I did this, I was not that impressed. on my warrior. It just felt off. Something didn't feel right. But I think it was just because I felt very underpowered for some reason. But now that I have like, a little bit more stopping power as the hunter, and we're kind of meshing better as a team, even though we're not talking, it's got a really great feel to it. There's just something, I don't even know what the word is, charming about the islands. It's just fun, and it's fast, which I really enjoy. I don't mind raiding when it takes a while, or a dungeon if it's worth the challenge. Bring on that time. But something that's just kind of, fast like this, it just has a really good feel to it. And so here, I forgot to comment on it a moment ago, but Captain Rezokun chimed in and said there's a huge chunk of Azerite, that just burst from the ground. So they let you know when there's a big event, which is what this is, and you can see it, the huge spires of it sticking up. So I think here we do well. We grab it, and then we get jumped by the Alliance team as we're fighting this. So right now on the alpha, it seems like everybody has mining. I don't know if everyone will be able to mine it on the island regardless of professions, though. I do hope so. That would be nice, because you'd be missing out on a lot of this if somebody wasn't, a miner. And here comes the Alliance team, yeah. So we did get jumped here while getting thrashed by a giant turtle. But yeah, God, tongue-tied. If everybody can mine on the islands regardless of professions, that would be fantastic. If you brought in a mage, like a team of all clothies, they all had tailoring or alchemy or whatever, and not mining, you would not be enjoying yourself. But you would just not even enjoying, you would be missing out. And so here's another random event. This isn't normal weather, There's got to be a mighty elemental coming after our Azerite. So random events happen, which is so exciting to me for some reason, because it just adds that unknown element. And if it's random every time you do it, that really just gets me excited. So there I took out their tank, but I think I end up getting killed here. So yeah, these guys are definitely not your typical classes, because he's casting Aqua Bolt. What is that even? That's definitely not a thing. So that's kind of neat. They're not really your traditional classes. Kind of a hybrid, maybe. So we get wiped out there. And as you can see, we're barely winning. And really, we only caught up because of that huge chunk that popped up. And as I revive here, I notice that there's the frozen spot from the elemental. So there's like a little chest there that I tried to fight my way to and grab. But I was very conscious the Alliance team is already beating us again by 200 points. So this one was definitely a back and forth. The first one I did was very one-sided. We stomped, what is the saying? Stomped the mud hole in them. But this one was definitely close. So, they're 500 points ahead, essentially. So my pet's kind of getting thrashed here, so I was trying to be careful. I do know that they feel like they've changed a lot with the pet system. Like, you can't move while casting min pet. So I was trying to be careful and keep him up and cast that, but obviously I kind of mucked that up. And I just tried to sneak this in and then got killed again. So the Alliance is over 5,000. They send out an alert at some point soon. It says that they're close, and at that point I thought, we're done. There's no way we can catch up. And I noticed there a swirling postern. I didn't know what that was at the time, and we didn't have the time to check. But after doing some research, my understanding is that there's portals that pop up randomly, and you can fight like a boss inside. And I think that's what that is. That seems right, at least. So I just, left the DK to that and went for the Azerite to try to catch up. because those mining chunks are worth a lot. And so is that crab, actually. It's 115 looking at it now. So certain mobs definitely give you a lot. If you had a really high DPS team, I think this would be pretty fast. Maybe a prot warrior, so you could heal in between. So yeah, okay, so they're 5,700, and then they get the alert. Looks like that cool Tyrian ship's almost full. We're gonna have to leave soon. So I was like, oh god, we need essentially 800, 700 more. There's no way we're gonna get it. But this rare caught us up quite a bit. And then we got ambushed by these snow orbs for some reason. And I think we ended up mining up a little bit more. And it was like a clutch victory. Super close. And then, yeah, like that crab he just pulled was worth 11. That's lame. And I thought here we were doomed. Just because it was like, oh no, there's a turtle stopping me. So I tried to stun it and then disengage. And I disengaged right on top of it. And I think this is the win. Oh, I'm sorry, one more. So we're just beating them here. And then I think this is the win, because somebody got us up to, just needing 18. So there we go. And since it's beta, you get this little expedition complete. Thank you for testing Battle for Azeroth. So that was an island expedition. Just one. They are very different. Well, in live, they'll be very different. So far, in the alpha, they seem very similar. I've only had the one island. I know that there are 2 island options. One is a more Gilneas theme, and the other is that one, Ungol Island. Like that one had the ice elemental, one had a fire elemental for me. So they are different. I just wonder how different they'll be in live. But that's an island expedition. I'll be doing more on Twitch, hopefully very soon. My Twitch name is the same as this YouTube channel, so if I'm online, please check me out. And leave any comments in the comment section, and like this video if you like it. Thanks.